Talk about a very familiar face. You all know this guy. He's the best. I mean, Geraldo Rivera is here.
How you doing, buddy?
How are you, man? Good to see you. You're looking great.
Great to see you.
You know what, Geraldo? You are a legend. I mean, you do national television.
To know one.
Well, thank you. National television, but you also cut your teeth in local television right here in New York and made a big name for yourself. In all the years, you started in the early 70s. In the past 40 years, let's say, what's the biggest change that you've seen in this industry?
I think Linda, in her excellent piece, hit on it, Arnie. Yeah. The fact that everybody now has a handheld electronic digital device, an iPhone, iPad, Samsung, BlackBerry, whatever it is, everyone can be a reporter. Look at Syria and the horrible things happening there, or in Iraq. How'd we get the pictures out? We got the pictures out because various citizens sent them to us. So now the world is connected. Everybody is a reporter.
So you're saying that it's better for the viewers, better for the consumer. We have so much access to information.
It is better, but as Linda suggested, there are caveats. I think that one of the downsides is that there's less investigative journalism, less plowing through documents. There's still a cadre of reporters here and elsewhere who dig in and do the dirty work. I'd like to see more of that and less of the live shots.
There's no privacy, though, in terms of, I mean, there are bloggers on there putting out stories. You and I know that traditionally, you have to watch.
You have to trust the person delivering the news to you. When I was mentioning that from the Middle East, we're now getting these awful pictures, we've got to make sure, to the extent that we can, that they are legitimate. So there is a vetting process. It's not the same as having a reliable source, no doubt about that. But I do think net, we are getting more useful information.
You mentioned trust. Walter Cronkite, at one time, we both know, was the most trusted man in America. Who was that today?
You.
Thank you. No, sir, it's difficult to pick.
At the news level, at the anchor level, it's very difficult to say. I think that all three of the major anchors, and then when you have on Fox News, you have some excellent Brett Baer, Bill O'Reilly. We've got some great folks.
Absolutely.
Here at Channel 5, we have some wonderful people. You've got to have a a record with them, though. You've got to know them, trust them.
Absolutely.
Having seen their stories, is the story true? Does it ring true?
Like yourself.
Does it stand up?
It's called integrity. A lot of people would love to be sitting here talking to Geraldo Rivera, asking all kinds of questions. You know what I did? I went out on the street. Are you ready for this? Check this out. Here's a question for you, all right? I'm with Jennifer, and she's got a question for you.
Yes, Geraldo, I want to know what your next big story is going to be, because we have to know the scoop.
Okay, there you go. What's your next big story?
I'm working a couple of big stories. Iraq is a huge story, and the fact that Al-Qaeda, this terrorist organization, now has a country in which to base its operations. So their nefarious ambitions toward the United States now much more formidable. The children coming across the southern border, also a very, very big story. Here more locally, that I've been working on since Sunday, where I saw it happen with my own eyes, the suicide epidemic on the George Washington Bridge.
Isn't that something?
43 last year. We had one Friday. We had one Sunday. I had guests over. We were on the boat. And they are all, there's the Coast Guard, there's the Port Authority cops, there's the Edgewater cops, the New Jersey cops, and they're all around, and a middle-aged man jumps into the middle of the river. I mean, how many have to happen before the Port Authority realizes that a 4-foot fence isn't high enough? Make it an 8-foot fence, for goodness sake.
You know what? This is part of what the program is about. If there's a problem, we're looking for the solutions.
Well, I think that's a pretty easy.
And I appreciate you being out there and doing the job for us. Talk about integrity. I appreciate that, Geraldo.
I love you.
You're the best. Make sure you come back.
Anytime. I'm so proud to be your first big guest.
Thanks so much to have you tonight. Okay.